Hi guys, let's look at the next exercise of our chapter, Arithmetic Progression. That's exercise 10C. Before we start, let's quickly revise the concept that we've done till now. In an AP Arithmetic Progression, the first term is known as A, the last term is known as L, the nth term is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 times D, and D is basically common difference, which can be calculated by T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2, basically the sum of two consecutive terms. Good. New concept for this exercise, which is if I need to figure out the sum of n terms of an AP, there are two formulae. In case you know the first term and the last term, if the first term and the last term is known, then the formula is sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 multiplied with a plus l, or if the last term is not known, then it is sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Basically, both the formulas are exactly the same. Why do I say that? Because if I look at the first formula, which is Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus l. If I replace the value of l with a plus n minus 1 times d, that's the value of L. So Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus, instead of L I'm writing a plus n minus 1d, which is n by 2 a plus a, that's 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Basically both the formulas are exactly the same. In the second one we've just replaced the value of L with a plus n minus 1 times d. So here we are, two formula. In case we know the value of the first term and the last term of the AP, the formula of sum of all terms of that AP is n by 2 times a plus l. In case we don't know the last term, then it is n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Good, let's look at some of the questions. Maybe the concept will keep on become even more clear. It says find the sum of the first 22 terms of the AP 8, 3, negative 2. So here I know first term is equal to 8. Last term not known. Either I can calculate the last term or I can use my second formula to find the sum. So common difference is equal to T2 minus T1, in this case negative 5. And number of terms is given equal to 22. So we know sum of n terms is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Let's substitute values. So sum of 22 terms is equal to 22 upon 2 times 2 times a. A is 8, n minus 1, that's 22 minus 1 times d. D we calculated was negative 5. So sum of 22 terms is equal to 1 to 11. 11 times 2 into 8, 16 plus 22 minus 1, 21 times negative 5, which is 11 times 16, and 21 times 5, that's 105. So this is minus 105, which means sum of 22 terms is equal to 11 times 100 and negative 105 plus 16, that's 89. Yes, that's negative 89. So this is 89 into 11, 89 into 11, 9898. This is 9, 9 plus 8, 17, 979. So the sum of first 22 terms of this given AP is equal to negative 979. Perfect. Let's look at the second question. The second question that we do from this exercise is question number 2. It says how many terms of the AP must be taken so that their sum is 78. Again, we have the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 times a plus l. Again, a last term not given. So we will apply the second formula, which is Sn is equal to n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Let's see what information is given to us. We know a, which is 24. Let's calculate d. D would be equal to T2 minus T1. In this case, 21 minus 24, that's negative 3. And we know sum of n terms is equal to 78. Let's substitute values in the formula and see what we get. Oh, I've written ABC. This is step number 3. Sorry. Next, step number 4. 78 is equal to n by 2, 2a, which is 2 times 24 plus n minus 1 times d. In this case, negative 3. Which means 78 into 2, So 78 into 2 is equal to n times 48 minus 3n plus 3. I have just opened the bracket. Negative 3 into n, negative 3n, negative 1 into negative 3 gives me positive 3. So this is 78 into 2, that's 140, 156 is equal to n times 48 plus 3, 51 minus 3n. Let's open the bracket. We will end up with a quadratic. So this gives me 156 is equal to 51n minus 3n square. Bringing everything to the left hand side, I get 3n square minus 51n plus 156 is equal to 0. Dividing both sides by 3 because I notice all elements have 3 common. This gives me n square minus 17n plus 52 is equal to 0. So I have a quadratic. I need to find factors of 52, the sum of which would be negative 17. So that will be 4 and 13. So in this case, negative 4 and negative 13. So I split negative 17 as negative 4n minus 13n, and let's see how I can factorize this. So this is n times n minus 4 minus 13 times n minus 4 is equal to 0. Grouping it the way I have underlined, n minus 4 times n minus 13 is equal to 0. This gives me n is equal to 4 or n is equal to 13. Let's read the question. It says find how many terms. So therefore sum of 4 terms or 13 terms of this AP is 78. So we get two answers, n is 4 or n is 13. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 3. It says find the sum of 28 terms of an AP whose nth term is 8n minus 5. You would notice a lot of these questions would come where the nth term is given. What I've been told is Tn, which is the nth term, is equal to 8n minus 5. For calculating the sum, we need the first term, we need the last term, or we need the value of d. Well, let's see how we can calculate it. So if Tn is 8n minus 5, T1, which will be a, would be equal to, when n is equal to 1, 8 into 1 minus 5. So the first term is equal to 3. Let's calculate. We don't need the d, we need the last term. Then we will be able to use our first formula. So the 28th term, which will be a plus 27 d, will be something that we need to calculate. We haven't done that yet, have we? No, we still need to calculate the d, value of d. So for that, let's check how I can calculate value of d. Let me erase this part. I still need to calculate value of d. Okay, so let's calculate term 2. Term 2 will be 8 into 2 minus 5. That's 16 minus 5, and 16 minus 5 is 11. So what we have is term 2 would be, oh sorry, common difference d. Why am I getting confused? Okay, so d is equal to t2 minus t1, in this case 11 minus 3, which is equal to 8. So let's calculate the sum of 28 terms. That will be n upon 2. Yes, 28 upon 2. 2 into a plus n minus 1. That's 28 minus 1 times d. This is 2, 1, 2, 14. This is 14 times 6 plus, that's 28 minus 1, 27 into 8. 27 into 8, that's 7 into 8, 56. 8 into 2, 16 plus 5, 216. So this is 14 plus 216. In this case, this is 14 times 2, 2, 2. That will be 2, 2, 2 multiplied with 14. That's 8, 8, 8, 2, 2, 2. That's 8, 8 plus 2, 10. That's 1, 3108. 3108. I again use the second formula. We could have solved this question using the first formula as well. Let's just go ahead and look how we could have done this. I will erase this, what I have written here. Let's try and solve this question using the first formula. Again, let's look at this. First term of this AP would be 8 into 1 minus 5. That's 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. We need to calculate the 20th term. So 20th term would be 8 into 28 minus 5. In this case, 28 into 8, that's 160, and 8 into 8, 64. So that's 224. So 224 minus 5, in this case, 219. Now I can use the formula Sn is equal to n by 2, first term plus the last term. In this case, 28 upon 2, first term is 3, last term is 219. We will obviously get the same answer. So this is 14 times 222, and I remember the answer was 3108. So the sum of 28 terms of this AP is 3108. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 4, part 1. It says find the sum of all odd numbers less than 50. So first odd number less than 50 is equal to A, in this case 1. What would be the next odd number? That will be 1, 3, 5, 7, so on and so forth. And the last number will obviously be 49. So in this case, A is equal to 1, L is equal to 49. We still need to calculate N. So I know L is equal to A plus N minus 1 times D. In this case, 49 is equal to 1 plus N minus 1 times D. D is equal to 2, 3 minus 1. So multiplied with 2. That's 49 minus 1 is equal to 2 times N minus 1. That's 48 upon 2 is equal to N minus 1. Therefore, N is equal to, that's 24. So N is equal to 25. Now we need to calculate the sum of 25 terms. So that will be 25 upon 2. First term was 1. Last term is 49. So this is 25 upon 2 into 50. That's 1 to 25. So this is 625. Sum of all odd terms less than 50 is 625. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 6. Question number 6 says the sum of first 7 terms of an AP is 49. Okay. So sum of first 7 terms is 49. Sum of first 17 terms is 289. So sum of first 17 terms is equal to 289. What we need to calculate is sum of n terms. Good. So for calculating sum of n terms, we have a formula a plus n by 2 times a plus l, or n by 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Let's see if we can calculate the value of a and d. So I know sum of 7 terms will be given by the formula n upon 2, in this case 7 upon 2, times 2a plus n minus 1, in this case 7 minus 1, so that's 6d, and the value of this is 49. So this is 2a plus 6d will be equal to 49 multiplied with 2 upon 7. I have taken these two, 7 upon 2 on the other side. So 7 1, 7 into 7, that gives me 2a plus 16d, not 16, 6d. 6d is equal to 14. I notice that 2 is common on both sides. Let's divide both sides by 2, and I get a plus 3d is equal to 7. That's my first equation. Good. Let's look at the other relationship which is given. Let's see if we can figure out the second relationship from here. So this is S17. So sum of first 17 terms will be equal to n upon 2. In this case 17 upon 2 multiplied with 2a plus n minus 1, 17 minus 1, 16d. And this value is given equal to 289. So this gives me 2a plus 16d is equal to 289 into 2 upon 17. That's 17 1, 17 17. So this gives me this gives me 2a plus 16d is equal to 17 into 2, 34. Again, I notice both sides have 2 common. Let's divide both sides by 2 and I get A plus 8D is equal to 17. Now I have two equations. A plus 8D is equal to 17 and A plus 3D is equal to 7. Let's go ahead and solve them simultaneously. It should give us the value of A and D. I notice coefficients of A are equal, so I can go ahead and subtract these two equations. So A plus 8D is equal to 17 and A plus 3D is equal to 7. When I subtract, the signs change. A minus A is 0, 8 minus 3, that's 5D, 17 minus 7, that's 10. Therefore, D is equal to 2. Now, put D is equal to 2 in equation number 1 and I get A plus 3 into 2, that's 6, is equal to 7. Therefore, A is equal to 1. So I've got the value of A, I've got the value of D. We need to calculate the sum of first n terms. We know sum of n terms is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Let's substitute values. N upon 2. We know the value of a is 1, so that's 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 times d. d is 2. So this is the sum of n term. Let's see if anything gets cancelled. This is 2 into 1 is 2. This is 2n and minus 2. Negative 2 plus 2 gets cancelled. We have n upon 2 into 2n. 2 and 2 get cancelled. Therefore, sum of n terms of this AP is equal to n square. Perfect. The sum of n terms of this AP is equal to n square. Interesting question. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 7. Question number 7 says the first term of an AP is 5. So A is equal to 5. Last term of this AP is 45. L is equal to 45. Sum is 1000. Sum of n terms of this AP is 1000. Find the value of n and find the value of d. We know sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 times A plus L. Let's substitute values. Sum of n terms is given equal to 1000, which is equal to n by 2 times A, which is 5, and L is 45. So this gives us 1000 is equal to n upon 2 multiplied with 45 plus 5, that's 50. So therefore n is equal to 1000 into 2 upon 50. Just basically cross multiplying. This is 0 and 0 gets cancelled. 5 1, 5 2 is 0. So n is equal to 40. So as per the question, we need to calculate the value of n and d. Therefore, n is equal to 40. Now we still need to calculate the value of d. We know the last term is 45. So let's change. Okay. So L is equal to A plus n minus 1 times d. In our case, L is 45. That's equal to A, which is 5, plus n minus 1 times d, which is 40. So this gives us 45 minus 5 is equal to, oh, n is 40. My mistake. D is not 40. N is 40. That's why I was saying, why am I getting a weird answer? Yeah. So n is 40, which we calculated. So this is 39 times d. 40 minus 1, 39, and d is what we need to figure out. So 45 minus 5 is equal to 39d, which is 40 is equal to 39d. Therefore, d is equal to 40 upon 39. That's the value of d. As per the question, they wanted us to calculate n, done, which is 40, d, which is 40 upon 39. Perfect. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 10. In an AP, first term is 25. So A is equal to 25. Next, nth term is negative 17. So Tn is equal to negative 17. Next thing which is given is sum of n terms is 132. So sum of n terms is equal to 132. I know the sum of n terms can be calculated as n by 2 times a plus l, right? Which means sum of n terms 132 is equal to n by 2 times a, which is 25, and last term in this case negative 17. This gives us 132 is equal to n by 2 times 25 minus 17, that's 8. That's to 1 to 4, which means 132 upon 4 is equal to n, which is equal to 4, 1, 4, 3, 12, 12, 33. So the value of n is equal to 33. So this AP has 33 terms. We still need to calculate the value of D. Let's see how we could do that. We know the 33rd term is equal to negative 17, right? Last term is negative 17, and we know this is equal to A plus 32 times D. Now let's substitute values. Negative 17 is equal to A, which is 25, plus 32 times D. This gives us negative 17 minus 25 is equal to 32D. Negative 17 minus 25, that's 30, 42. Negative 42 is equal to 32D. Therefore, D is equal to negative 42 upon 32, 216 to 21. Therefore, D is equal to negative 21 upon 16. So we have the value of D, we have the value of N. That's what they wanted us to calculate in this question. Good. This brings me to the next question. The next question that we have is question number 12. It says find the sum of all multiples of 7 lying between 300 and 700. So basically an AP, we need to figure out which is the first term, which is the last term. So first multiple of 7 between 300 and 700. Let's divide 300 by 7 and let's see what's the remainder. 7 into 4, 28. That's 20. So the 7 into 2, 14, 6, which means had there been one more, then this would have been perfectly divisible, which means first multiple of 7 between 300 and 700 is 301. Next, we need to calculate the last multiple. Now, clearly, the last multiple is 700, but this basically is a trick question with playing of words with English. It says between. Now, 700 is not between 300 and 700. 700, so if you need a word number between 300 and 700, it'll have to be a number which will be less than 700, which means last multiple of 7 between 300 and 700, which will be equal to L is 700 minus 7, which is 693, and the first multiple was 301. I repeat, 700 is divisible by 7, but they need a term which is between 300 and 700. Clearly 700 is not between 300 and 700, so the term last term will be one multiple less than 700, in this case 700 minus 7, which will be 693. So we have the first term, we have the last term. We need to get the sum. For that, I need to calculate the number of terms as well. So L is equal to A plus N minus 1 times D. In this case, 693 is equal to 301 plus N minus 1 times 7. 693 minus 301 divided by 7 will give me the value of N minus 1. This is 392. Yes, 392 upon 7 is equal to N minus 1. That's 7, 1, 7, 5, 35, 42. So 7 into 6. This makes it, therefore, N is equal to 42 plus 1, in this case, 43. Is that correct? Sorry, 56. Sorry, not 42, 56. So 56 plus 1, that's 57. Why was I saying 42? That's 56 and 1, that's 57. Now I know sum of n terms is equal to n by 2 times A plus L. In this case, n is 57 upon 2, a was 301, L is 693. So this is 57 upon 2 multiplied with 994. To 1 to 4, that's 49. Sorry, 19, 2 into 9, 18, 14, that's 7. So the number is 57 into 497. I have done this calculation separately. This answer is 28,329. So sum of all terms which are multiple of 7 between 307, 300 and 700 is 28,329. Good. This brings me to question number 13. It says find the sum of n natural numbers. Sum of n natural numbers is 5n square plus 4n. We need to calculate the eighth term. Put a small star on this question. Very interesting question. So we need to calculate the eighth term, and the sum of n terms is given equal to 5 times n square plus 4n. Now let's calculate the sum of one term, which will basically be the first term, because that's what will be the first term. This will be 5 times 1 square plus 4 times 1. In this case, 5 plus 4, that's equal to 9. So the value of A is equal to 9. Let's calculate the sum of two terms. That will be 5 into 2 square plus 4 into 2. That's 5 into 4, 20, plus 2 into 4, 8. So sum of two terms is equal to 28. Now we still need to calculate the value of D. So basically second term will be equal to sum of two terms minus sum of one term. That's how you would calculate the value of the second term, which is 28 minus 9. Therefore, the second term is equal to 19. So I have a AP in which first term is 9, second term is 19. This can help me calculate the value of D. D would be T2 minus T1. In this case, 19 minus 9, and that's 10. So we've got the value of A, we've got the value of D. Now calculating the eighth term is simple. Eighth term will be equal to A plus 7D. In this case, A, which is 9, plus 7 times D, which is 7 into 10. So the eighth term is equal to 79. Good. That brings me to the last question of this exercise that I do with you, which is question number 14. It says fourth term of an AP is 11. Okay, which gives me T4, which is equal to A plus 3D is equal to 11. That's my first equation. Second, eighth term exceeds twice the fourth term by 5. So eighth term exceeds, which means I have to add twice the fourth term. So 2 times T4 plus 5. Okay, now let's substitute values. T8 is equal to A plus 7D. 2 times T4 is equal to A plus 3D is plus 5. Right, let's bring everything on one side. So A plus 7D minus 2A minus 6D. That's 2A. When I bring it on the other side becomes negative. 2 into 3D, 6D. When I bring it on the other side becomes negative 6D is equal to 5. A minus 2A, that's negative A. 7D minus 6D, that's plus D, is equal to 5. That's my second equation. This will help me figure out the AP. I notice that A coefficient of A is equal and opposite in sign, which means I can add these two equations. A plus 3D is equal to 11. Negative A plus D is equal to 5. When I add them, 3D plus D, that's 4D is equal to 16. This tells us, therefore, D is equal to 4. To calculate the AP, I also need the value of the first term. So put D is equal to 4 in equation number 1, and I get A plus 12 is equal to 11. Therefore, A is equal to negative 1. So we need the AP. Therefore, AP is the first term is negative 1, and I add 4 to it. In this case, 3, then 7, then 11, and the AP continues. So first part of my question done. I've got the value of AP. Next, find the sum of the first 50 terms. So sum of first 50 terms will be equal to n upon 2, in this case 50 upon 2, 2 times a, 2 times negative 1 plus n minus 1, that's 50 minus 1, 49 times d, d is 4. This is 2, 1, 2, 25. So this is 25 times negative 2 plus 49 into 4, that's 160 and 76, 36. So that's 160 and 36, that's 196. So this is 25 times 194. I have done this calculation already. So the sum of 50 terms is equal to 25 times 194 and the value is 4850. Perfect. This is the sum of the 50 terms of this AP. I have marked some homework questions for you. Take care, be safe. I will see you with the next video. If you have any questions or doubts, feel free to write into me. Bye bye.